Springs today. Just had breakfast at the diner, which is over there just beyond the Triangle gas station, and right next to it is Dollar General for resupply. It was pretty well cleaned out today. There's so many hikers here in town. Had to go next door to the Harmony Market over there, or excuse me, the Hillbilly Market, and get some extra things, and they have awesome milkshakes. Hot Springs is a cute little town. It's very quaint. It's really just like practically one block. The hill up there behind the market is where the AT comes into town, and that's where it opens up again after the fire. And then it comes along the main thoroughfare here, and along the sidewalk there are all these little AT signs, which are cool to see. And a lot of historic markers for just events that have happened in town. Historic church there. The nice thing about Hot Springs is that everything you need is right close together. That's the post office right there. And this is the visitor center where we stopped in yesterday. And they have a lot of information about the history of the town, so if you're curious about that, that's a great place to go visit. And definitely a very hiker-friendly town. Across the way there is a hiker ministry, and actually we're giving away free t-shirts, so I got one so I could do my laundry yesterday and have something to wear. They have free snacks, free Wi-Fi, all kinds of things, so a lot of hikers hang out there for a little bit. I just saw Mika, whose trail name is now Sunshine. She unfortunately threw out her back, so she was back there by the ministry. This is where we're staying, up above the restaurant here. And Lorax is staying across the street at a little place. And that's the Bluff Mountain Outfitters, and I'm going to go over there and buy myself some new camp shoes in a little bit. Seriously, everything you need is in one place. There's a laundry just like 2 doors down there. The library is right there. They have awesome Wi-Fi. It's really high speed. Bank if you need anything. And yeah, just a pretty cool little town. People say it's a vortex. You come here and have everything you need right in plain place and you can't get out. That's Hot Springs just across the French Broad River there. So if you walk across the bridge here, follow the white blazes, you come along the guardrail here, and there's a little turnout right there just across the road. And from there, you can take this little path down. There's a lot of steep stairs, but you go down past the NOC area, which is right down there. And there's a little bridge, and it takes you down to the AT. Well, you're actually on the AT while you're walking there, but it takes you down to the riverbanks where the AT goes for, I think, at least a few miles. And there's lots and lots of little camping spots there, so you can save some money if you can't find a place in town, or if the places are all full, too expensive, that sort of thing. I am along the banks of the French Broad River just outside of Hot Springs, and since we couldn't stay in 2 nights because of the music festival, we were looking for tent sites along here. But would you look at this rock? About the biggest rock I've seen. It's huge. Anyway, I'm gonna head down the path a little bit, and rumor has it there's some free campsites down here, so we'll see if I can look. This is Hickory. I just met him on the AT outside of Hot Springs, so good to meet you.
It's great to meet you. I watch Joyful Ramblers videos, and I think she's awesome.
Cool, and you're here for the music festival?
I'm here hiking, I'm through hiking, and I'm here for the music festival, and so I've set up across the river, and it's supposed to be a great time.
Oh, great. Well, so good to meet you.
It's great to meet you.
Yeah. So I am walking back through town. I need to go to Dollar General and get some Aleve for my heel. And I was just talking to my husband, and some sweet guy stopped his car. He recognized me from the channel, and he wanted to come across the street and say hello, which I thought was really sweet. And I just wanted to apologize because I was distracted by my phone call. So I didn't get your name, but if you're watching, I really do appreciate you watching, and thank you so much for taking the time to stop and say hello. I'm sorry that I was a little distracted, but good to meet you. And hopefully the Aleve's gonna help with my heel, because I'm starting to think I might need an extra couple days here at Hot Springs for rest. And I don't want to do that. I want to keep moving, so we'll see. I went to the doctor first thing this morning to get my foot looked at, my heel, where I'm having pain. And she said that it's not a bruise. She suspects that it is either a bone spur or more aggressive plantar fasciitis than what I'm used to. she recommended the best thing would be to take a couple days rest here, even though I don't really want to. It's either stop here in Hot Springs and stay off my foot for a couple days, or try to hike to Irwin, which is 70 miles away, and that could cause more problems. So I'm gonna be good. I got my insoles, I got my new sandals, and I got a reservation at Elmer's for 2 nights. So I'm gonna just chill out there. I went by the library and I picked up a couple of used books, so I can hole up for 2 days and do next to nothing. Tried to stay off it as much as possible today at the Hikers Ridge Ministry, chilling out, hanging out in the swing, elevating it, but had to do a little running around too to get some food and things like that. So probably wasn't off it as much as I should be, but trying to get there, and hopefully the extra rest and a good dose of Aleve on a regular basis, and those other changes will help, at least help the pain improve or become more manageable, so I can get some more miles under my belt. I have a pretty sweet campsite for the night. There are AT hikers all lined up here, and this is the AT side of the river. Across the way over there is where the camping is for the music festival. There are tents and all lined up, and we can hear the music, so we get a free concert tonight, which would be pretty cool. So I'm out here sitting on the banks of the river. It's really pretty here. The sun will be going down before too long. It's just up there. And I've actually got a pretty sweet spot to soak my heel, so we'll see if the cold water helps out. I scored an awesome snack today. I got fresh homemade sourdough bread with sunflower seeds and some Kerrygold garlic and herb butter. Makes a wonderful afternoon snack. It is Sunday morning, about 10 o'clock, and I just said goodbye to Trainwreck. He went hiking on down the trail behind me that way, northbound, towards Irwin, and I am heading back to town to stay and rest my foot for a couple days, which hopefully will be beneficial and I hope worth the investment in time. But my pack is pretty heavy. It rained last night and I ended up laying in a puddle because my site wasn't draining very well, and so I've got water weight and mud weight and food weight and all kinds of things, but thankfully I've only got to walk maybe half a mile into town, so I should be all right. But it's a beautiful morning. I think it's going to continue to be a little hazy and rainy, so the folks who are hiking are probably going to be a bit soggy, but I'm looking forward to having a warm, dry place to stay for a couple days and hoping to get some good rest, and just crossing my fingers that my foot feels better so I can hike out and start pumping out some miles. Before I go to my hostel, which is Elmer's Sunny Bank, or Sunnybrook, I'm going to stop at the Hikers Ridge Ministry. They have a little church service, worship service at 11 a.m. on Sundays, but I'm looking forward to it. I haven't been to church in a while, so it'll be nice. I have just checked in at Elmer's Sunny Bank Hostel. It is a beautiful old Victorian home, and this is my room. Getting settled. I just hung my tent out on the line so it could kind of get rinsed off in the rain and then hopefully dry later today. And I'll get the rest of my stuff squared away too. It'll be nice to spend a couple days here recuperating. So this is the foot that's giving me so much trouble. Doing my best to stay off it today. Been hanging out in the backyard and on the front porches. Just really enjoying this beautiful landscaping here. And when I got here, I was able to put my tent up on the clothesline out there and get it dry, which was nice, and get some dirt off. So my gear is in good shape now, and I am just practicing the art of being lazy. So I stopped in the library yesterday and was hoping I could check out a book, but they wouldn't let me because I'm not a resident. So they did have some books on sale, and I picked up one and thought it looked interesting. It's called Just Mercy, and the topic of this is mercy and justice, and how many African Americans end up becoming unwitting victims of the justice system, I guess. I'm not expressing that very well, but anyway, I thought it was an interesting read, or it looked like an interesting read, and I also thought my daughter might enjoy it because she's studying social work and working on her master's. And when I called her and said, "Hey, have you read this book?" She's like, "Mom, don't you remember that's one of my favorite books? I wanted it for Christmas, but I didn't get a copy." So when I'm done reading it, if I can power through the next couple days, I'm going to send it on to her. Well, clearly I've been spending too much time here at the Hikers Ridge Ministry because they just left me in charge when I went to do an errand. But great place, people hanging out on the porch, and there's Wi-Fi here, nice little kitchen. They usually serve coffee and drinks, restroom, fridge with sodas, and a nice back porch, and there's even space back there for hanging up your clothes so you can dry them if the dryers aren't working at the laundromat, which they never seem to be doing. So it's a great little place to just hang out and chill, especially for hikers that are down the river and don't have the comfort home to enjoy. Hello, it is about 8 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, and I am just about to leave Elmer's Sunnybank Hostel. Had a nice little 2-night stay here resting my foot. It's a really pretty Victorian home. I know that's not for everybody, not usually my style, but it's very restful and relaxing, so I did really enjoy my stay here. And I was told before I got here that I needed to make sure I took time to have dinner. They do a community dinner. You have to sign up in advance to make sure you get a seat at the table. And I did that, and it was a wonderful vegetarian meal last night. All their meals are vegetarian, and it was great. We had potato soup and a just absolutely beautiful salad and stir fry with some tofu. I didn't eat the tofu because that's just not my thing, but everything else was absolutely delicious. So that was really nice. The stay was great. My foot's feeling better, and hopefully it will continue to feel better. I know I may be plagued by pain on and off, but hopefully with exercises and Advil, or excuse me, Aleve and that kind of thing, I'll be in good shape to get hiking again. So I am off, heading to Irwin. We'll see how many days it takes me to get there. So getting out of Hot Springs turned out to be a little harder than I expected. I stopped for a few minutes about 8 o'clock in front of the library, which is right back there behind me, and decided I could take advantage of the Wi-Fi sitting on the bench outside and upload a few more videos, which is great. But it took me about 30 minutes and used about 15% of my battery. So then I was thinking, man, I've only got about 10 minutes and I can go down the hiker ministry and charge up. So I just made up my mind to do that when Evan came by from Evan's backpacking videos. We got a picture together, had a nice chat, and he gave me some good tips on getting stuff uploaded since he's not having any trouble and I am. So I'm gonna hopefully put some of his advice to good use, and I'm all charged up now, and instead of getting out of town at 7:30 or 8, it is 9:30ish, and I'm hitting the trail now. So I'm sure I'll still make my goal for the day, but a little bit later start than I planned. I forgot to mention it when I went back to the Hikers Ridge Ministry. Freddie was there, and the volunteer for the day, Vince, and they had bought a box of moon pies for me, which I think is so cool. I mean, the whole box wasn't for me, but they were thinking about me and bought moon pies, so I had one of those for breakfast and a cup of coffee, and I'm fueled up and ready to go. So thanks, guys. That was awesome of you.